Good morning. My name is Chris Fox. Welcome to Chris Fox Roleplays. This channel exists to foster role-playing, to teach you how to do it, to give tips and tricks, to talk about trends and the history of gaming. I have been a gamer my entire life, but now have the privilege of being an author for a living. I am a novelist. If you look at that second shelf there, every one of those books is mine. I have almost 30 novels in print across a few series. I write primarily epic space fantasy. I do have some fantasy and some general science fiction, military science fiction, some post-apocalyptic fiction. I write lots of stuff. Like you guys, I grew up with all the same media and culture. I loved all the same role-playing games. I played Rifts, I played Shadowrun, I played Exalted, I played all the White Wolf stuff. Shadowrun is one of my all-time favorite games. Earth Dawn, Forgotten Gem, and everything in between. We can go all the way back to the early 80s, with Top Secret and, the red D&D box set. I've been playing these games literally since I was 6 years old, and my favorite activity for my life really has been game mastering. I love it. But more recently, I became an author, and so I've been focused on that end of things. I have a YouTube channel that supports authors, which I guess I'll link to in the comments of this video if you're curious. But this channel is all about my roots. It's all about gaming. It's all about how to be an excellent game master and player, and how to enjoy these games and how to do it. And I want to provide examples of gameplay. And I can show you from Dungeons & Dragons through my very own Magitech Chronicles role-playing system how to do this. In fact, that's one of the things that you'll see a lot of on this channel. I have a role-playing game which you can play for free right now. Just Google Magitech Chronicles World Anvil, and that'll take you to my World Anvil page where you can find all the role-playing rules for free, and you can just start making characters. I already have almost 1 million words in print for the Magitech Chronicles. There's one complete series, and I'm writing the second one right now, the sequel series. So there's 8 novels out, and there'll be 9 very shortly. And by the time you see this, it might even be 10. I'm keeping it coming. I love this world. It's so much fun, and you can see all the lore, the character sheets, the maps. Basically, I'm a GM. I write stories based on gaming systems. I have to have those rules straight in my head. And so on this channel, you're going to see how I do that. I've got to have everything internally consistent. My rules have to work. And so I'll break down how I've created various elements, world-building elements of my various novel series. I'll show you how I make stuff and how basically when I'm running a combat, I actually have character sheets for all of the characters involved. And that's why people have said it feels very much like a role-playing game when they're reading my combat. And I've gotten a lot of compliments about my combat. I feel that is one of my strong points, if I can toot my own very pompous horn. Anyway, this channel is about role-playing. I'm hoping that you find it useful. There's already a whole bunch of videos to choose from. You have a complete series of videos that'll take you through the Magitech Chronicles character creation. If you're just curious about that and you want to see what that's all about, you can kind of dive into that and kill an hour of your time making your first character. We do have free character sheets, of course, in addition to all the rules and lore. Beyond that, you're going to see articles, you're going to see videos that cover just topics I find interesting, as some examples of early videos that you'll see on the channel. Why I feel that Dungeons & Dragons is not the best role-playing game out there, systems-wise. Why just rolling a single d20 can be a big problem, and why that's a problem. And I've seen it splinter groups, and I'll explain why in that video. Things like that, where I'm talking about experiences I've had over the years and lessons I've learned. I have spent an embarrassing number of hours GMing across my lifetime, pretty much like every Saturday from age 6 to today. I've been playing or GMing. And I do take breaks now and again, as we all do, as life takes us to different places, but I've never gone more than a couple of years without gaming. It's counterpoint in my life. I love it, love it, love it. And I'm sure you do too, and that's why you're here. So I hope this is useful. Feel free in the comments to tell me, what would be useful for you? What do you want to know about gaming? I am an Amazon bestselling author. I've been very successful and make a great living as an author, and I have since 2014. What do you want to know as a game master about how to do what I do? Because if you're a game master, guys, you have a huge advantage over every other writer in the world, because they have no idea how useful it is to get player feedback. So when you're sitting at the table as a GM and you try running a story and you do something that doesn't work, you see it on the players' faces when they disengage. And as a novelist, you don't really get that because beta readers are few and far between. So if you're a GM and you want to learn to storytell professionally, I'm your guy. I could definitely teach those skills. I do have a writing channel, which will teach a lot of the basics. But like, if you want to know how gaming pertains to writing, or storytelling in general, I would love to talk about those topics. Anyway, feel free to discover the channel and take a look around. And again, let me know what you think and what you want. And hopefully we can build this into a great resource for you.